Well, a quiet and cold day here in the Coulee
was.
region, but some potential snow accumulation could be in the works this week, Greg.
Yeah, we got another one coming up tomorrow and tomorrow night. I don't think we'll see the amounts that some areas saw with the previous system, especially north of I-94, but we will see a little bit of accumulation. And then we got a bigger one potentially for the weekend too that could impact travel. But right now all this moisture is streaming basically from the west. They got quite a bit streaming into the Pacific Northwest. This is kind of disorganized, and it's going to be kind of disorganized as it comes across our area, but it does give us an opportunity with increased moisture that we might see a little bit of snow coming through tomorrow and tomorrow night. And right now the big story is it's not going to amount to too much, but also could involve a little bit of freezing drizzle, somewhat similar to what we saw Saturday night. If you remember that, we had a little bit of that out there, could cause some problems. But for most of Wednesday, it's still going to be dry, just high clouds out there, increasing clouds. The evening commute, we could see a little bit of snow, could even be a little bit of freezing drizzle. Don't expect a lot of accumulation during this time, but it could impact some roads with some slick spots. And then really overnight into Thursday, that's when we could see the snow. But behind the front that comes through early Thursday morning, the wind is really going to be the story on Thursday, all that west, northwest, picking up, potentially gusts near 40. So that'll be the story for Thursday. If we time it out, we don't see much in activity until after about noon. Then you'll start seeing just a little bit of the snow begin to pop up around Minneapolis and then lifting northeastward. That could impact some areas north of Eau Claire. By the evening, by 6 p.m., we're starting to see, although there's not much down here, we could see a little bit of freezing drizzle mixed in with this just because of the atmosphere. And then overall, we might see a little bit more development towards 8 to 9. You'll see these bands lift northeast once again. And then really between about 10 p.m. and maybe 2 is when I think a lot of areas will see this on and off snow showers or light snow continue to push east. By the time we get to about 3, I think most of it will begin to push to the east of the area. We won't see much in the way of precipitation for Thursday morning, but you still could see some slick spots given that the snow won't end, or the possibility of snow not until about 3 to 4. Then the winds will start picking up behind this. So just some areas of light snow, and embedded with this light snow could be a little bit of freezing drizzle at times. Won't amount to too much, but it could cause more problems. Snow amounts, not as much. So I kind of displayed yesterday. It's kind of went down here, shifted a little bit further to the north for the heavier band. 1 to 2 up in general area. South of I-90, it gets really less than an inch or really not much of anything because it kind of transitions to more of a flurry or even a freezing drizzle type setup, and generally in southern Wisconsin. So that's what we're going to kind of see going through it. The ice situation, Viroqua South, maybe a trace in some of these areas. You have to go forward to northern Illinois where I think you might see some more threats of that. So if you look at area roads, it's a slick spots overnight. I don't see a lot of great opportunity to see snow-covered roads given the snow rate won't be that high, but there's a small probability of that. And then the wind, definitely after Thursday morning commute, that wind is going to be probably the bigger story going throughout. And the wind, speaking of that, we could see 15 to 20, 20 to 25 going to the noon hour. Gusts could be near 40. Weekend event, potentially now all the way up to maybe 30 to 50%. We could see greater than 4 inches in a 24-hour period. That's just a 24-hour period, but that one does have a potential to look at 3 to 6 right now, maybe even more. So if you got travel plans Saturday, stay tuned to that one because that could be our bigger system we've seen in quite a while. Other story going into next week then behind the snow is the cold temps, and we might have a snowpack to go with those cold temps. So those temperatures overnight could be lower than what's indicated right now. So a little snow tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, bigger one potentially Saturday.
All right. Thank you, Greg.